Guys, be here with our next installment of Teen LibCrates Talk, where we are talking about the book 4321 by Courtney Stevens. So a true story is that I did not get through all of the book today. I got through that much. So we still have a little bit left to talk about next week. So if you're like me and didn't quite finish the book today, that's okay. We will finish talking about it next Wednesday. But for today, let's see. At the last drop off, we were the truck. Their truck, Dolly, was being dropped off at the mechanic because it broke down a little bit on the interstate. And so they went to Shoney's, and Go had that incident with the bus. And so now they are chilling out in a hotel overnight while the truck is being worked on. Rudy and Go, they have a chance to talk to each other a little bit, and Rudy shares with Go his experiences with dating different girls in high school, which was interesting. But he also, talked about how it's interesting that the same world that created Simon, who was the bomber, created Carter Stockton, who is the person who is recreating Bus 21 in a positive way. So that was an interesting little tidbit. Rudy and Go definitely are feeling some mutual attraction. You'll have to excuse my cat here. There's some chemistry going on there. So the group decides to they learn that Dolly is not going to be able to make the trip to New York, and so they decide to circle back to Kentucky to pick up a new vehicle, and then they will get back on the road. So they make the drive to Kentucky to Go's house, and while they're there, they have dinner with the family, and Go has this moment where she just like lays it all out there. She lays everything out on the table at the dinner table, literally laying it out on the table. She didn't literally lay anything out, but talked about her feelings, told her parents that they weren't actually in Disney World. Chan had said that they were in Disney World. So Go says that they're actually going to New York for this thing, and then she kind of storms off. So when she goes off, when she leaves, Chan goes after her and ends up breaking up with her, which is kind of rough. But I mean, I felt like it was kind of coming anyway, just based on Go's feelings towards Chan and her feelings towards Rudy. The next, let's see. Oh, and then later that night, Go and Rudy get together and go to this grain bin that Go has repurposed to be like her own art gallery of sorts. So all of her prints are up on the walls. And while they're there, they kiss. So Chan and Go have broken up, and almost in the same breath, Go and Rudy have this moment where they kiss. it's just all sorts of things going on, all sorts. And then let's see. Go returns to the house and meets up with Becky and Caroline. And we learn through Caroline's chapter that she's still planning on killing herself when she gets to New York. I really hope that that doesn't happen, but that's where Caroline's mind is, where she feels like she's in this corner, and the only way to get out of it is to kill herself. Um, as we talked about last time, there's always another way out. Um, it's never the only option. So the next morning, we find out that Go's parents have decided to help with their trip to New York, and her dad is loaning them his truck, excuse me, to drive to New York. And Chan, Chan was not going to go. He was not into it, but now he's changed his mind and he is going to go. And it feels all sorts of awkward because Rudy and Go just had this moment together. Chan is supposed to have, you know, broken up with Go, which has happened. I'm sorry, my hair. But now Chan has had a change of heart and he wants to go anyway. So now it's the five of them in a truck um, driving to New York. And so while they're in the truck heading to New York, oh, that was the other thing. Go's dad has friends in West Virginia, and the friends in West Virginia are going to put them up for the night. So their first stop is there, and then they will go to New York from that point. While they're in the truck, Rudy gets a call from Carter Stockton, and we find out that Simon, the bomber, the abusive boyfriend bomber, his parents want to meet up with Go at the exhibit and talk to her. And obviously, everyone's like, what? Why? What is happening right now? And Caroline is especially upset because, these are the parents of her boyfriend who did all of these terrible things. Um, so, needless to say, Caroline is not excited or interested in being a part of that at all. Um, but then Caroline, listen, Caroline texted her mom, and Caroline's mom was like, yeah, this stuff is happening at home. We're actually going to move. We've dissolved our business, and it would actually be better if you didn't come home. What? No one wants to hear that from their parents. You just don't come home? How rude. Ugh, that must have been so heartbreaking. So heartbreaking for Caroline. Um, and hearing that from her mom just reinforces this idea that her only option is to kill herself. And uh, that's hard. It's so, so hard. Um, one of the redeeming things for Caroline, I think, is that Becky is there. And she and Becky are starting to really hit it off. It seems like Becky is able to get in to Caroline's hard facade, the wall that she puts up, so that in an act of self-preservation, maybe. But Caroline, she's very hardened by the experiences that she's had, and so for Becky to be able to crack that and to get in, there might be some redemption for Caroline. There may be hope for her yet. So then they decide to stop at the West Virginia Spring Break Fair to blow off some steam and ride some rides and get some carnival food. Here, Chan and Go have a talk. She mentions the geocache. So there are these geocaches that they've buried on the commune. And this one that Chan hasn't found yet, the significance of it is that it would be revealed in one of two scenarios: if they break up or if they get married. And clearly things are not going down the marriage road at this point. So Go tells Chan that she dug up the geocache, but that she's not going to tell him where it is, that she buried it back, and she's not going to tell him where it is. So that leads me to believe that maybe she still wants to be with Chan, because if she didn't, she would have given him the geocache or told him where it was, right? But, you can't have your cake and eat it too. At least not in this situation. It would appear that she has feelings for both Rudy and Chan. And my guess is that Rudy and Chan are not interested in having, a relationship with Go altogether. That's not the vibe I'm getting. So, it would appear that Go needs to make a decision, or she will need to make a decision of who she wants to be with, if anyone, right? She seems to be keeping her options open. So then, Caroline and Chan and Becky kind of go off on their own, and Rudy and Go decide to go ride this carnival ride that makes them all sorts of nauseated and feeling topsy-turvy. And yeah, Go is still trying to figure out if she wants to be with Rudy or not. There's some more of that kind of discussion happening. And that's where I stopped. I stopped about 70 pages from the end-ish. 75. So I'm interested to see how this is going to turn out. We haven't even gotten close to New York yet. So it might be a quick wrap-up at the end. We'll see. But I'm hopeful for Caroline that she will get out of this cyclical thinking of harming herself. And I don't know about Go. I don't know what she's thinking or what she's gonna do. But yeah, I'm looking forward to reading the last little bit. And if you're reading, are you enjoying it? Do you enjoy the book? Let me know. So yeah. Until next time, be safe, take care, wash your hands, be kind, and we'll see you next week.